Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. A Wapwallopen man is facing multiple felony charges after police say he assaulted a Butler Township officer during a traffic stop in Drums and tried to take the officer's gun. Authorities say 34-year-old Elizer Diaz Jr. was pulled over Thursday afternoon on East Butler Drive for driving a motorcycle without a registration plate. Police say Diaz refused to comply and then attacked the officer, placing him in a headlock and reaching for his firearm. The officer was able to break free and restrain Diaz until backup arrived. Investigators say Diaz was also in possession of a handgun. Diaz is charged with aggravated assault on police, attempting disarming of an officer, resisting arrest, carrying a firearm without a license, and several traffic violations. He was treated at a hospital, arraigned, and denied bail. A preliminary hearing is set for later this month. 2 Pennsylvania state troopers are recovering after being shot during a violent incident in Susquehanna County last week that left a woman and the gunman dead. Investigators say on Thursday morning, 61-year-old Carmine Fano shot and killed Lori Wasco outside her home along Route 171 in Thompson Township. When troopers arrived, sources say they were ambushed by several rounds of rifle fire. Troopers Joseph Perenchinski and William Jenkins were both hit, Perenchinski twice in the torso, Jenkins once in each arm. Police say Fano also fired at an EMT's vehicle. Fano refused to surrender and was ultimately shot and killed. Both troopers are listed in stable condition. This investigation is ongoing. A woman is dead and another arrested after a shooting in Wilkes-Barre on Saturday. Police were called to the scene near Mila Lounge on Hazel Street around 3:30 Saturday morning. There, they found Aina Velardo shot in the throat. She later died at the hospital. Witnesses say Velardo and Natasha Mary Dixon bumped into each other at the bar and exchanged words. Velardo later left, and that's when Dixon followed and allegedly shot Velardo in the throat. Dixon was arrested and is held without bail at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. Police are still investigating the incident. The Hazleton Police Department has a warning for residents on 14th Street in Hazleton. Start parking in the right direction or get a ticket. 14th Street from North Sherman Court to Alter Street was changed from a one-way street to a two-way in January of 2024. Hazleton police say that residents are still parking their cars facing the wrong direction and it is causing traffic hazards. They will begin enforcing the parking laws starting on Monday, August 18th. Any vehicle found in violation will be ticketed. The Luzerne County Council is set to vote tomorrow on a proposed 4-year contract for County Manager Imelda Crocomo, set to begin January 1, 2026. The agreement would give Crocomo an annual salary of just over $181,500 with possible 2.5% raises in 2027, 2028, and 2029 if performance goals are met. Crocomo, who was hired in May of 2023, previously served as acting manager in 2021 and 2022. Council members have credited their transparency, communication, and strong leadership. Since taking the role, Crocomo has highlighted expanded services, infrastructure improvements, and a stable property tax rate. The county's current budget totals $167.3 million with no tax increase this year. If approved, this would be the first county manager contract since 2018, when David Pedri received a 4-year deal before resigning in 2021. Coming up on WYLN News, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation wants you to come work for them this winter. Plus, a Vietnam veteran's Purple Heart has been returned to his family. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton's emergency room team, your experts in any emergency. When emergencies happen, minutes and expertise count. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now part of Jefferson Health.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I am 8 years old, and tomorrow the weather will be very sunny.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk about spinal decompression, where you gently traction the spine to take pressure off of the disc. It has saved people's lives. Literally, they were going to commit suicide. So watch the show, see how traction could help you.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Pennsylvania State Representative Jamie Walsh will be hosting a senior expo tomorrow to connect area residents to state, county, and local resources. Over 30 vendors will be on hand to provide assistance. There will also be speakers giving talks to topics related to seniors, including scams, identity theft, and even chair yoga. The event will be held Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Misericordia University's Insalaco Hall in Dallas. Today, the ramp from State Route 115 northbound to Interstate 81 northbound in Plains Township closed, and it will remain closed until November of 2026. The reason for the closure is to realign the existing ramp and to construct a new ramp which will directly connect State Route 115 northbound to Interstate 81 southbound. To see detour routes around the closure or check on delays, you can visit www.511pa.com. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation held an event today to promote winter employment opportunities. They are seeking hard-working individuals to work in the Winter Maintenance Program from September 2025 through April 2026. A career with PennDOT may qualify you for the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program that provides employees who work in public service some relief from student loans. Starting hourly rates for 2025 to 2026 range from $17 for dispatchers to almost $25 for auto mechanics. To apply, visit www.governmentjobs.com. The Madonna del Monte Festival concluded on Sunday at Our Lady of Peace Parish, formerly Most Precious Blood Church, with the annual procession through the Hazleton city streets. It was their 126th year of celebration, and the event originated from the small village of Anzi in southern Italy. This year's festival was the first for Our Lady of Peace Parish since Most Precious Blood merged with Our Lady of Grace Church earlier this year. Hundreds of people attended the celebration. The parade began on Sabre Street with a procession of candle houses and statues. Parishioners also celebrated the saints of the Salento region, Saint Anilo, Saint Mardo, Saint Nazarius, and Madonna del Monte. The community gathers every year for the event to celebrate Catholic traditions, enjoy delicious food, and share fellowship with everyone in the community. Last week, a ceremony was held in Fort Indiantown Gap where Pennsylvania Treasurer Stacey Garrity returned a Purple Heart Medal to the son of the late Ray Alvin Morgan. Morgan was a U.S. Army veteran who was wounded in the Vietnam War. The medal was recovered from the 2023 Unclaimed Property Report and had been safeguarded in the Treasury's vault until August 7th. Garrity was joined by Senator Chris Gebhard and Representative Joanne Stehr. Since taking office, Treasurer Garrity has returned 517 military decorations, including 13 Purple Hearts, 3 Bronze Stars, and 1 Gold Star. Coming up on McAdoo's News Choice, Romilda Crocomo gives us more insight on the county's role in the Drums teen murder investigation. Plus, Wyln historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history in Danville Part 1. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Cooking rice just isn't nice. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it. The secret is perfect cook technology that surrounds the rice with controlled heat for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve. It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed. And rice is just the beginning. Make mac and cheese, frittatas, oatmeals, soups and stews, even ramen dishes. And with a ceramic ultra non-stick interior, cleanup's a breeze.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system with the steamer tray and 1-2-3 recipe guide, all for just $39.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. We'll even ship your entire order free. Order now.
1-800-640-8545.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Welcome to Crocomo's County Report. I'm your host today, Preston Endress, here with my good friend Romilda Crocomo. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah. Now, regarding wellness and all, I figured that we should bring up a topic on the first greatest gift, and that's children.
Children, absolutely.
Yes. They are a beacon of hope and joy that comes to people almost every day, and there's hospitals always bringing one in. And I'm sure you're well aware of a horrible incident that has occurred recently.
Yes, absolutely. horrific. We read about it in other places, and we hear about it on TV in other places, and it's very hard when it hits home. But there is evil in the world, and it was in our backyard.
Yeah, when it's in a distance like that, it just proves that it can happen anywhere. So extra caution is now advised for a lot of people, and that was an option to that. That's terrible. It's horrible stuff. Now, regarding something that, let's see, I got down here. So, children, youth, and families, and with where they are now, what will be done for them now that they're in a whole separate, away from this awfulness?
Right. Well, let me just explain how we got to this point. Those children were not placed or adopted through the Luzerne County Children, Youth, and Family Agency. It was 2 other counties. Obviously, there's an investigation going on, and I have been told not to reveal the other counties at this point, so I'm going to honor that.
Sure.
But it wasn't Luzerne County. And the system is such that when a county places children in an outside area, for example, there are children that we have to place in Pittsburgh, we, Luzerne County, have to send caseworkers out to Pittsburgh once a month to see the children. And these 2 other counties had the responsibility of checking in and seeing these children prior to the adoption. Once children are adopted, then the agencies that procure the adoption, they don't have an obligation to visit the homes. But we wouldn't know that that family was here, and unless they encountered mandated reporters or something was reported to our agency to cause a dependency, to cause our caseworkers to go in, we wouldn't know. So we did not know. We had no reports made about this family as it relates to any kind of neglect or abuse. When the incident happened, our agency, our caseworkers had to respond. There were other children in the house, and we had caseworkers out there, and they had to take care of the children. I can't reveal where the children are.
That's fine. That's totally cool.
But they're in a safe location, and they're getting services and therapies to help them deal with this, which is just, it's unimaginable. And I want to really thank the police officers who responded, the emergency workers who responded, our 911 operators who took the calls, and our caseworkers and our coroner's office who had to respond to the scene. People tell me, on social media, there's always criticism, and there's criticism towards our agency, and somehow that they're responsible for what happened in this situation. And I want to tell those people, you come talk to me, and I will tell you the work that our caseworkers do and did in this situation, and they're doing it every day, and they're doing it around the clock. So the children are safe now, and they're in the custody of Luzerne County Children and Youth.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
And I am 8 years old, and tomorrow the weather will be very sunny.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
One of the first European settlers who saw potential in the lower North Branches Valley was William Montgomery. Born in what today is Delaware County, Montgomery purchased land in the area from the Cummings and Simpson families in 1773 and 1774. Service in the Continental Army from 1776 to 1777, in which he fought against the British in New York and New Jersey, delayed Montgomery from developing his new property, but eventually he would move his family there. Montgomery would build the first sawmill, grist mill, and trading post in what was initially called Montgomery's Landing. He would also build in 1792 a stone house that still stands today and is operated by the Montour County Historical Society as a museum. William's son Daniel Montgomery would also play a large role in the settling of the town that started growing in the wilderness. It was Daniel who would lay out the core of the town between Mill and Church Streets, the heart of today's community. He would serve the area in both the U.S. House of Representatives and the Pennsylvania Senate. And it would be in Daniel's honor that Montgomery's Landing would, in 1792, be given its more lasting name of Danville. Daniel Montgomery would also oversee the completion of the North Branch Canal through Danville in 1831. The original 55-mile section of the canal stretched from Northumberland to Nanticoke. It would later be extended north to the New York state line. While usually the canal stayed close to the river, in Danville it moved inland somewhat, through the center of town. The fact that Daniel Montgomery had mills along the canal's path probably played a factor in this routing. The North Branch's Lock No. 2 would be built in Danville, and it was said that Danville had 2 churches for each denomination in town, so there would be one on each side of the canal. The last boat floated up the North Branch Canal in 1901. One business would soon become Danville's keystone industry, iron manufacturing. The hills around town were rich with coal and iron ore, and the many iron furnaces that sprang up in Danville would be among the first in the world to use anthracite to produce iron. On October 8, 1845, the Montour Iron Company rolled what is believed to have been the first iron T-rail in the United States, although a foundry in Mount Savage, Maryland also makes this claim. The company also produced, in 1859, the first pre-ordered 30-foot iron rails for the Sunbury and Erie Railroad, as well as the rails used to connect the first Intercontinental Railroad at Promontory Summit, Utah in 1869. At its peak, no fewer than 14 iron mills operate in Danville, including the Grove Brothers Furnace, Franklin Furnace, and Chalaksky Furnace. When it was founded, Danville was part of Northumberland County. When Columbia County was carved out of Northumberland in 1813, Danville was named its county seat. This remained the case until 1845, when a voter referendum moved the seat east to Bloomsburg. Upset Danville residents looked to get some modicum of control back, and a movement spearheaded by State Senator Valentine Best began to try and create a new county out of Columbia County, of which Danville would be the seat. 5 years later, on May 3, 1850, Danville regained county seat status when Montour County would be formed out of Columbia County. The smallest county in Pennsylvania with only 131 square miles of land, the new county was named in honor of the powerful Native American chieftainess Madame Montour, who had held sway near today's Montoursville, and her son Andrew Montour, an interpreter with colonial agents who had also served as a militia captain during Pontiac's rebellion in the 1760s. Delighted Danville residents pulled a cannon atop the mountains overlooking the town and fired it off in celebration at the return to county seat status. A few die-hard Columbia County residents attempted to repeal the creation of the new county, but eventually the effort went nowhere. The current Montour County Courthouse, designed by Charles Wetzel, was built in 1871 on Mill Street. Shortly after Montour County had formed, it became the site of an infamous apparent murder that made national headlines. Many families had come to Danville to work in the iron foundries. Among the couples who did so were William and Catherine Clark and David and Mary Twiggs, who arrived in the Danville area in 1855 and 1856 respectively. David and William worked together in one foundry, and the families were good friends for a while. David Twiggs, however, died about a year after the quartet had first met. In April 1857, Catherine Clark became seriously ill. Multiple treatments were given to her, but she passed away on May 8, 1857. Shortly afterward, local gossip started spreading that her husband William had been seeing Mary Twiggs, and some suspected the two of them might have conspired to be together, despite Mary having cared for Catherine in her last days. Suspicions would be heightened when an autopsy of Catherine Clark showed she died of arsenic poisoning. As arsenic was often used as a rat poison in those days, this in and of itself would not have been suspicious. When David Twiggs' body was exhumed and examined afterwards, however, he too was found to have had arsenic in his system. When clerks at Danville's Chalfont and Hughes Pharmacy then stated that they recalled seeing both Mary Twiggs and William Clark buying arsenic shortly before David and Catherine's deaths, the sheriff would arrest the two of them and charge them with murder, despite a lack of hard concrete evidence. Both Mary and William vehemently protested their innocence, saying they would never have killed their spouses. Each of them would attempt to escape before the trials, but would be caught before they could get away. William and Mary's trials would be front-page news across America. Despite no hard proof of foul play and uncertainty by the pharmacy clerks whether William Clark was actually the person they sold the arsenic to, he and Mary Twiggs would be convicted of killing David Twiggs and Catherine Clark and sentenced to death. Still firmly protesting his innocence, William Clark was hanged on September 24, 1858. Mary Twiggs, also insisting she was innocent, followed him to the gallows on October 22nd. They remain the only two people executed in Montour County's history. Whether they actually killed David Twiggs and Catherine Clark remains much in dispute today.
And I am 8 years old, and tomorrow the weather will be very sunny.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.